NVIDIA news, predictions, what's going to happen tomorrow on the election, what's going to happen on FOMC report. I've got some news here for you. NVIDIA, let's cover it right now. Please do tap the like button if you like this video and consider subscribing. I've been away through October, but I'm back now covering all the earnings, covering all the live events. Tomorrow is the all-day live with the election. Plus, we've got the FOMC report on Wednesday, NVIDIA, all the rest of it. So let's talk about it and what we might expect on election day, what we might expect from at the FOMC report, and of course it's entering the Dow as well. Expect a rally here. I've been saying it's a $200 stock. I stand by that. I said it would go to 140. It went to 140 while I was away. No surprise there. Volatility, exactly as we expected. Due to elections, due to overheating of the market, due to many, many factors, but never mind, doesn't matter. Remember, I don't own the NVIDIA. I own it through the S&P. I own about $15,000 of NVIDIA through the S&P, of course, one of the leading elements to the S&P. But let's cover the news and what we might expect. So let's get straight into it for you. Biggest movers today. Let's get straight into this. Now, if you want this information as I get it, if you look below in the chat, below in the description and above my head, you will have the link to Seeking Alpha and also Alpha Spread. There's Alpha Spread in the chat. I'll also put Seeking Alpha. It's below every one of my videos. You get a free trial, a discount. You don't get any of that stuff unless you use my referral or somebody else's. But of course, my referral is better because it gives me the tip rather than somebody else. That's why it's better. No other reason. Anyway, Seeking Alpha, biggest stock movers on Monday. NVIDIA and DJT. I said DJT was a gamble stock. I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. I don't gamble. 19 trades while I was away, 19 wins. I don't ever lose money, and I don't gamble. And I said Donald Trump stock was rubbish. Fundamentally, it is. People said to me, this aged well as it went up, and then it came straight back down again. I don't have to sell. I don't have to pay taxes on gains. Not interested. I only own what I can keep forever. It's about where I am in the future, not where I am today. And remember, end of the year, you've got to pay your tax. Now you've gambled your money on something else, and now you can't pay your tax. I don't have that problem. So let's look at this. We're going to cover the earnings tomorrow. Big day, of course, on the US election. We'll be covering all of that. Join us tomorrow for that. But we want to talk about this, NVIDIA, and also its valuation. I'm going to come on to that in a second. Stock futures were trading cautiously Monday morning, searching for direction ahead of pivotal week marked by highly anticipated US presidential election and packed earnings schedule. Yes, we're covering earnings tonight. Palantir, and we're covering Virgin Galactic on the 6th. And if you're a member and you do a $5 super chat, I will cover the earnings for you. I can do 4 earnings a day, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, as we have the extra channel as well. NVIDIA shares rose over 6% after the S&P Dow Jones indices announced the chipmaker would replace Intel. Bad day for Intel. Great day for NVIDIA. No surprise there at all. Highlighting NVIDIA's strong market momentum amid soaring demand for AI products and services with a market cap of $3.32 trillion. NVIDIA now ranks as the world's second most valuable company, just behind Apple at $3.39 trillion. NVIDIA stock has more than doubled in 2024. The company also reportedly is in talks with Elon Musk about investing in his AI startup. That's interesting. That will present some volatility, no doubt. XAI, which could reach a $75 billion valuation in an upcoming funding round, according to the Wall Street Journal. XAI's valuation recently jumped to $45 billion from $24 billion earlier this year. Interesting. Very interesting stuff indeed. Now then, I'm not going to do any more of the other stocks today. I want to cover and I want to show you this, the valuation, because people are saying it's very expensive stock. I can't buy it here. Well, I wouldn't buy it individually, but I do own it through the S&P. You will notice that the earnings going forward, which is what I'm interested in, I like forward indicators, not lagging indicators. If I show you the price to earnings here, this is the lagging indicator. It says if you look here, the earnings, the price to earnings, 63 times earnings. Sounds expensive. For a high growth stock, it is expensive. However, the growth is there to support that. However, I'm much more interested at looking at the forward earnings, and that has dramatically improved. Let me share with you what I mean. The PE non-GAAP forward is 47 times earnings. It's actually not expensive at all. If you look at it like that, if you look at the PEG ratio and so on, it's actually not too bad. Now you say D- doesn't sound too great. Okay, D- doesn't sound too great, but look how the stock has been growing and look at where the stock was. We were looking at growth, valuation D-. Look at it down here. Let me scroll back down here a minute. There we go. Scroll into here. We were at F. An F. 3 months, 6 months. We're now at D-. We've actually improved. Our valuation, even though the stock is past $140, which I said it would, why I say it's going to 200, 210, in fact, I see going to. It's actually its valuation has in fact improved. So if you take into account what is going to happen with its earnings, and of course we're going to cover its earnings. I'll give you the link for that. And we had 34,000 people join us live for the earnings of NVIDIA. We'll cover the NVIDIA earnings. We're also going to cover the election live tomorrow. If you take into the account its new products and all the rest of it, and its potential growth, and what we're going to get from the election, bearing in mind everything has been quite stunted over the last few weeks because of the election, even though the markets are still up. Earnings are good, markets are good, markets are strong. We're expecting a $200 stock within the 12 months of NVIDIA. So I am very, very bullish on NVIDIA. I like it. I wouldn't run out today and buy it individually. I buy it throughout the S&P. That's the way I like to own it. However, I've got $15,000 worth of it now, or somewhere in that region. I'm very bullish on it. So all good news. Now, do expect some volatility on the FOMC report, ultimately upwards. Rates are going to come down by 0.25. Expect a rally on NVIDIA. It enters the Dow, I believe it's on Friday. So we'll get some rally next week after the election, and we'll get a rally. I'm expecting a Santa rally. All is good with NVIDIA. So, if you'd like to join us for the NVIDIA earnings, click above my head, down below in the description, I'll put the NVIDIA earnings. Also, above my head and down below in the description, I will put the election as well. So let me, and also down below in the description as well, you might want to check out, I've just done a tribute to Quincy Jones, who passed away a few hours ago, earlier this morning, and I've recorded a song for him. Go and check that out. It's on my music channel. But right here, I shall put for you, God, how am I going to fit all this on the screen? I might have to put something else down here. Yeah, around about here, and here, I'm going to put the NVIDIA earnings. It might not be there. I move it around. NVIDIA earnings, FOMC report, and the election. So somewhere around here will be three things. If not, it'll be posted to the comments, posted below in the description. Join us and let's together make lots and lots of money. My portfolio, as you can see, is growing. Started with 5,000, now 123.5. And I did trade while I was away in October. Did 19 trades, 19 wins. If you want to go and see that, that video is out now as well. I'll put a link below somewhere. Can't put like links everywhere. Just doesn't work. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.